Qi is strong.
What if the healing you've been searching for has been hiding in the weird? Taking the Weird Out of Woo is a new series that's on a mission to normalize non-traditional therapies and explore healing beyond the mainstream, one episode at a time. Each week, we bring together 3 powerful elements: a skeptic who's open but unsure, an expert who's lived and studied the method, and a real experience that just might change everything. From sound healing to breathwork, energy medicine, and beyond, we're diving into the woo with curiosity, compassion, and a willingness to ask, could this actually help? This isn't just entertainment, it's an invitation to feel, to heal, and to explore what's possible when nothing else has worked. Welcome to Taking the Weird Out of Woo. Let's heal together. We're going to continue our conversation about Qi Gong in part 2. Why? Because there are so many different variations of Qi Gong, and so often we stereotype a certain modality, such as yoga or such as breathwork, when there's literally thousands of different ways to do so. So today, you're going to get a little flavor, a little deeper dive into Qi Gong. Is it only retired individuals doing this in the park? No. Today, you're going to find out how this practice can be practiced by anybody, any place, anywhere, anytime, and can help you feel your best. So let's go check it out again. Join us at the round table as we welcome Xen Bliss, our Qi Gong expert, to reveal a whole new side of this ancient practice. And yes, Ashley Christensen, who once thought she had no time, is back for round 2, diving deeper into her own well of energy. Let's get started. Xen, I'm going to be radically honest with you because I know I can. And I know you'll love me anyways.
100%.
Right? I know it. And that was one of the things that I loved as we were talking. I honestly, and with the best of everything, went, well, Xen really does reflect this world, right? Even your name, Xen Bliss, okay? And I was like, ooh, well, is that bringing someone onto the show that might already evoke this weirdness, right? Like, and she's like, I'm weird, yay!
I wear my weird flag with pride.
I love it. And I'm tearing up because I wouldn't have got to know you. Because I would have been in that place of resistance of, oh no, this doesn't fit taking weird out of woo. And it would have been such a disservice for this show. It would have been such a disservice for this whole thing. But how many times do we do that? How many times do we push something out that might be the very thing that we prayed for or asked the universe for? We're like, I want to have relief. And then it comes up into our lives and it doesn't look like we thought it should.
Hardly ever does it.
You tried some Qigong, Ashley, and you shared a little bit about your life, you know, that you have 4 kids with lots of special needs, a husband that also has special needs, limited time for yourself. You were so beautiful and honest and vulnerable on that first podcast episode, number 1. And if you haven't watched that already, you need to go back, watch it. It's amazing. You tried a little Qigong. You gave us a little bit of integration and discussion, but you've had a minute between your Qigong class and now. How do you feel about Qigong overall? Honestly, 100% honestly.
I still think that the words and the way things are like described, I don't necessarily resonate with. But the movements and the taking the time to stretch and the taking the time to breathe, that was all something that I think everybody could use.
The word woo is kind of fun to say. Say it. Woo. 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 Say it with a little bit more pizzazz. Woo.
I might try Qigong again. I might.
Well, you kind of are.
I mean,
I think you kind of are.
Yeah.
because you're going to be taking another class. I don't know if you knew that. Did you get the memo? Not sure.
I guess I am. You're right. I will do it again. I guess what I was saying is I wouldn't not do it again. Like I wasn't like, oh my gosh, that was the weirdest, craziest experience of my life. Like I was more like, the people here are lovely. They're so accepting and so kind.
So fascinating. And in fact, when you told me about you hurting is it your ankle?
Yeah,
right?
it's my ankle.
Your ankle.
Yeah,
You were running a marathon
I was.
and you kept going.
Yeah, well, at first I got a stress fracture in my foot and I felt it happen. I knew exactly when it happened. And I was like, I think it was like 6 miles left. And it was the Disney World marathon. And it's like, that has been my dream to run that race for years. And I was finally doing it. And I was like, I'm not stopping. This is not going to stop me. So I went to an aid station. They have a medical every 2 miles. I think it was like a medical station. And then they also had like food and stuff. But I was like, can I just have some pain meds? And they're like, sure. And then I just kept running. And it hurt, but I just kept going because I was like, I gotta finish this. This is my goal. This is like, I've wanted to do this for so long. So I finished and they wrapped my ankle in ice. And I was there with my whole family and we did Disney World for the next week. Yes, both of you are like, what?
I'm having to exhale in your behalf.
Yes. Yeah, there was. Yeah, it was painful and it was difficult.
A sense that the way sometimes when we do one thing, we kind of do the same thing over and over, and we keep seeing the same cycle, the same pattern, the same lesson come into our lives.
Yes. Yeah.
And until we're ready to see it. And you got a pretty big lesson there for a little bit, for 8 weeks.
I did.
Is that what led you to the last year? You've really made some strides.
Yes, when I had to stop running, I was like last May. So I did run on my ankle from January until May when I was absolutely told.
All right. I want you to hear yourself saying this.
I mean, I didn't think it was that bad. It apparently was. When you actually seek medical attention, they were like, no. Which is why I didn't seek medical attention, because I knew they would say no. Like, why would I do that?
And so when you are always having to micromanage all the different things, it's very taxing on the nervous system. And eventually, as you can see, the body says, I'm done. And for me, like even with dancing, I thought I was never going to get to dance again. Like that was my belief system as well. And in my opinion, I don't think that the body decides that we're never going to be able to do anything ever. I think that it just gives us time to renegotiate what's going to work for our rhythm. And we come from a culture in general that pretty much says that the mom and the woman has to do all these things, but there's not time for her. And that time, I believe, is changing now. And people are finally realizing that you have to put you first. And if you don't, you really won't have anything left for everyone else.
And from our roundtable discussion, we now see just how far Ashley has pushed her own limits, like running a marathon on a fractured ankle and never quite stopping. But in this class, Ashley's about to learn what it truly means to pour into herself first. By the end, she'll discover how taking care of her own reservoir leads to more energy, more love, and a life that overflows into everything she does.
Welcome to Zen Qi Yoga. This is a class that is about the integration of Tao Yoga, basically allowing yourself to really connect with your body, and integrative, intuitive Qi Gong. So just allow the oming sound, which is the sound of creation, to touch your body as you breathe. Go ahead and place one hand on your abdomen and one hand on your low back. This is a grounding mudra. In yoga, a mudra means Yoga, it means a posture in your hands. It's a way of connecting energy points and connecting with your body. Relax your shoulders. Just land in your body. And just take some deep breaths. We're gonna start breathing in through our nose, out through our mouth. And the reason we do that is as we're inhaling, we're connecting with our bodies, we're connecting with that nourishing oxygen. And as we exhale with our open mouth, we're actually releasing stagnant energy or stagnant qi. Throughout the class, I'll be instructing you to do both open mouth exhales and closed mouth exhales. One is for releasing stagnant energy, the other one is for circulating more qi or more energy in your body. And so for me, Qi Gong is a way of reconnecting with our true essence, the stillness that's in us while moving, while talking to the mind, giving the mind something to do, because let's be honest, the mind it gets bored, it needs something to focus on. And so it allows us to slow down, which actually connects us, in my opinion, more close to our divine essence. It allows us to feel that we're more than this body. We're more than the roles that we play in life. We're more than the expectations that we put on ourselves and other people put on us. There's this beautiful, elegant, divine essence that lives in us. And that's the place where when we connect with that, everything else that's happening in our world relaxes and stills. And then we have the energy to keep going, to keep playing those roles. Because eventually, if we don't take care of ourselves, if we don't connect with that essence, our cup goes empty. How many of us are perfectionists up in here? I thought so. So we're gonna focus on that point. This is our perfectionist point. For those of you that are perfectionists, we often tend to get migraines. So we're gonna stop that now. We're gonna tap that point. You can also hold it, but I like to tap. And now pinky. We're gonna karate chop negativity out of our lives. In 3, 2, 1, hi-ya! Take it up the arm. And so for me, Qigong is about really, really connecting with my divine essence through movement, because I can feel the energy. The more I practice, the stronger that feeling gets. And it's almost like, I don't know how the best way to describe it. It's the best high ever. Like there's no other way to describe it. Like connecting and feeling it, the more I do that, I can feel it in my chest, I can feel it in my heart. And it's almost like there isn't a better feeling for me than that. And that's what I love. So that's why I do it. And I want that for the world, whatever that is for you. And so I feel like for me, Qigong is my way of taking care of my body and eternally feeling youthful and not having to ever feel like I have to be dependent on someone. I can take care of myself. For Qigong, I realized I can massage myself through these movements. I may not have someone to rub my neck every day, but I can do it myself through these movements. And that was huge for me. Do you feel like maybe this is helping you maybe see that maybe it's time to start nourishing yourself a little more?
Definitely. I've been told multiple times by many different people that I need to start refilling my cup. One of my friends says it's not that you're empty, you're not dumping your cup everywhere. It's what's overflowing that is flowing into everybody else's cup. And I definitely feel that I was just completely depleting myself. And I have been asked by so many people to slow down and to take care of myself.
Why do you feel it's difficult for you to do that, do you think?
I feel like the more you give, the more you help other people feel special and happy in the way that you want to feel. So you just help all the other people, you know?
And I agree with you. And like the cup analogy, I like to think of the car, right? Our cars, they have a gas tank and they have full and empty. And I feel like energetically we are the same way. Would you ask your car on empty to keep running?
It would not keep running.
Exactly.
So I
Logically
would
speaking.
not, yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So why would we do any different with our own body, our own vehicle? Right? So when you're giving, that's amazing, but you're also running that energy tank all the way down to empty.
Yeah.
So I think that's why he's suggesting the overflowing cup, because when you're on a full tank, you can just go and go and go, right?
Yeah.
And the car runs better on full tank.
Yeah.
So does that make sense?
That does make sense. Yeah.
So if you could have something right now, like if we had a magic wand and we could just wave that into your life right now, what one thing would you want to take away that would help maybe balance your life more?
I would love to be more confident, because I feel like there's like a peace in being confident. Like, you have more, like, you believe in yourself more and you aren't second guessing all of your actions. I just feel like that would be the most peaceful thing.
And what is your definition of confidence specifically?
It's hard. That's a hard question. I think, like I said, like, you're no longer questioning, you're no longer doubting yourself. Kind of like sometimes people are a little judgy, but like not caring that they are that way. Like just being like, that's fine, that's the way you think. I think differently. Yeah, I think just feeling more like I am not a lesser person, and that I am right, and I have good opinions and good ideas too.
Nice.
So, yeah.
So I think it's interesting that that's your main goal, because that's been a goal of mine for a really long time, is to cultivate confidence. And something I've discovered through Qi Gong is in my lifetime, there's been lots of times where I did things that built my confidence, and then I stopped doing those things, and my confidence went way down. And then I started doing them, and I came kind of thing. And what I've noticed is through my journey with Qi Gong, even though I've been practicing for many, many years, there's been lots of times where I didn't. And those are the times when my confidence would taper. And a couple of years ago, I decided I'm going to start practicing every day. And over the course of that time, I've noticed a shift in my confidence from the amount of energy that I've actually cultivated. So it's like you said, we don't always know how much energy we have. We don't know that we're depleted because we're so used to running on fumes, especially as moms. That's kind of like our go-to. And the world doesn't necessarily tell us that we shouldn't do that. And so when we get to a place of realizing our cup is empty and you start cultivating more energy, whether it's just through meditation alone, whether it's just through breathing, I feel like your confidence will naturally start to build, because you will also be giving that time to yourself, which connects to your confidence. And then your family around you and the people that you serve, they're gonna receive more from you by doing that. So they kind of go together. Does that make sense?
That does make sense.
Yeah.
For sure.
And they don't teach that. It's not something that is available all the time, but it's something I discovered through practicing on a regular basis.
And as we close this episode, Ashley reveals that at the heart of her Qigong journey is a quest for confidence. It's a transformation that so many of us, especially mothers, can relate to. We often believe that by constantly giving to others first, we'll eventually feel fulfilled. But Ashley's journey shows us the reverse. When she pours into herself first, that confidence radiates outward, lighting up her world and encouraging others to do the same. So if you're ready to start building your own wellspring of self-love and courage, be sure to visit Xen Bliss, the Qi Queen, whose page and full class with Ashley are linked in our show notes. Experience it for yourself and watch how your own energy can become a beacon in the world.